Across the globe in a digitized world, artists of all kinds have had their works stolen and scraped without their consent. This should not be happening. On August 13th, 2026, artists on Cara Art and Social were made aware of a site-wide scrape by user Mandarin Dawn Poppy 994 on Reddit, who claimed to have over 12 million works from over 1 million users on Cara. TLDR, I just scraped all of Cara, an anti-AI platform. It was a fun project. That's just a snippet taken from his post, which has since been deleted. His account has also been banned from Reddit. The pro-AI community claims what they do is legal, so it's okay. They don't seem to care or take into account the moral repercussions. Although I saw quite a few pro-AI users speaking out against this scraper because even they saw that it was a morally crappy thing to do to an anti-AI platform. There's a lot to unpack and talk about. So let's get into it. On August 13th, a screenshot from a Reddit post circulated through the entire Cara platform. Artists were panicking and angry, and it seemed by the time I saw it, which was quite late in the day, that hundreds of posts were being made about it. I didn't know what to think. I knew that it could happen. Anywhere can be scraped, in my opinion. And Cara Art and Social never promised protection. They promised to keep AI off the platform as much as they could, and they promised to fight for a better space for artists. And that's what they've been doing. That's what Jingna has been doing for years. She has fought lawsuits and won. She's created and kept this space up for artists to have a real community to go to and fall back on. Cara is still a safe haven for me from the negativity online, but I knew from the beginning that nowhere is safe from people who don't care about consent. On August 14th, the founder of Cara made a post addressing the first scraping situation. Rightly so, she was stressed and upset about the situation, especially because people seemed to be attacking Cara as if it was the platform or the Cara team's fault, when in reality, the Cara team and the community are the victims. She made 2 updates to the post. Firstly, to update that the original scraper had deleted their data, and secondly, that at least one copycat had scraped the same way. Why did the first scraper delete their stolen data? That is thanks to an artist named Nimis, or Friendly Neighborhood Artist, here on YouTube. She made a video breaking down the situation, which was posted on August 14th as well. She has since made an update, and I recommend going to watch her videos, which will be linked in the description. She goes through a lot of posts and replies from people on both sides. She spent an entire day, literally hours, talking to the scraper, and eventually convinced him to delete the data that he scraped. Heft even created a Cara account to apologize to the community, and gave some advice to the Cara team on what could be done. And on that note, please do not harass this person, or anyone in this situation. Yes, he did something horrible, but he recognized that and had a huge switch up. I'm not telling you to forgive him by any means, but don't waste your energy. If you want to put your energy somewhere, put it into emails to your representatives demanding laws to protect artists against scraping. If you want change, use your voice in a positively impactful way, not by leaving hate comments or attempting to dox someone. That's wrong. I want to emphasize again, scraping a platform that is explicitly saying no is anti-consent. A second scraper took everything on Cara Art and Social and uploaded it to an AI developer platform called Hugging Face, where people can share AI datasets and download them. At least, from my understanding, that's what it is. The community on Cara was already starting to struggle because of the first scrape, but this blew things up even more. I saw tons of posts of artists afraid, angry, and on the verge of deleting their entire accounts. I also saw a plethora of misinformation spreading about this situation, on platforms outside of Cara especially. Let me make one thing clear. Scrapers can scrape almost anything on the internet. Even password-protected sites can be scraped. And I've seen so many posts on Instagram and even YouTube where people seem to think that other platforms aren't affected by this. That is not the case. The fact is, Cara was targeted because they repeatedly said they wouldn't scrape their users' data, and they didn't want their site to be scraped at all. I've also seen claims that Cara had promised to be unscrapable, and that is completely falsified. The Cara team has never said anything of the sort. In fact, they've warned that it might happen. For years, they've warned that it might happen. And as an anti-AI artist, I knew that my work might be targeted because some people don't care about respect or consent, and they have a sense of entitlement to my work, which they are not allowed to use. Cara was designed to support artists who explicitly do not want their work to be taken without their consent. We are going to do all we can to make what artists are going through heard. I hope our community will also rise to the occasion and take actions alongside us, so we can all make positive change and put a stop to these violating acts that impact us all. I truly hope that the community does rise up. I've seen some artists do so already, and that's what this video is. It's all I can do right now to try and help and inform everyone of the harm of anti-consent. This is still an ongoing situation, and it is devastating to me. I felt a shift on the platform. What was almost all positive is now trying to claw back to the surface. I've seen artists delete everything they've posted. I've seen artists leave the internet entirely over this. It all feels similar to everyone jumping ship 2 years ago from Instagram. Side note, Instagram and all meta platforms still have the same, if not worse, AI training policies that they implemented 2 years ago. Your artwork is being allowed to get scraped on these platforms, even if you say you don't want it to be, and their policies, they allow it. And that is what makes Cara different. It is hard. I can't do much but use my voice and keep creating. I can't do much but try and raise awareness for how harmful this can be. Scraping without consent. Scraping a place that has repeatedly said no. What else can I do? I've been sending letters to my representatives and calling who I can. I tried to stay positive through all this. I'm still trying. But I've got to be honest, it's really difficult. Over 200 of my works were scraped, and all I can do is ask that it be removed. But the people who scraped it know that we didn't want it scraped, and they claim they do it because it is technically legal. And that's just a horrible way to look at life. You do it because you can. Jingna Zhang's post on August 19th, 2026. Cara was scraped a second time and posted to the AI developer platform Hugging Face. Scrapers say it's legal. It shouldn't be. The entire web can be scraped, we know, so Cara educates its users on its issues. What's happening now are sheer acts of violating consent, to target, to inflict pain. If someone wants images for Gen AI today, they already have access to non-consensually collected datasets like Leon, purchasable datasets of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. They can download scraped datasets of community giants like Discord, AO3, and DeviantArt. For new data, they can use Blue Sky or Mastodon, which gives scrapers access to real-time posts and images by their users for free. So why must these scrapers target Cara? They do so because Cara is a platform that chooses to opt out of scraping, because we said no. And amidst putting out the fires, I found out that the incident had cost us thousands in server fees. Unconsented scraping not only violated our will, it caused financial harm. AI proponents say unauthorized scraping is harmless, that it hurts no one, but it did. I have no recourse as a victim. Even though Heft, the person who first scraped Cara last week, turned around and apologized, deleted the data, and tried to make amends by creating a Was I Scraped checker to help users see if their works were in the second scrape by a copycat, the harm had been done. It took Heft weeks to scrape Cara, but it only cost $10 to result in thousands of dollars in damages. The inspired copycat then used generative AI to scrape Cara, without any prior experience in web scraping. Artists have every right to be angry. Channel that anger into action. Draft a letter to your lawmakers. Call their offices. Ask for a phone number to escalate and call more. Tell them that non-consenting scraping must be regulated. Make it so scrapers who won't stop hurting people can't continue to use the excuse that harming others is okay just because it's technically legal. I hope that our community will rise to the occasion and take action alongside us, so we can make positive change and put a stop to these acts that hurt and impact us all. I know this is a pretty emotionally charged video, which is why I tried to keep my tone pretty undefined. I started making this on the 16th, when this was all still very fresh, and I sound angry because I am angry. I just hope this informs people and makes them think about all of this. Non-consensual scraping is harmful, it affects people's lives, and it shouldn't be happening. This script is getting long though, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up. But I'd like to end by saying this. I know it's hard, but we can't lose faith or hope. We must keep creating, and we must not let this divide our community. We're here on Cara Art and Social because we believe our work deserves to be respected and protected. The governments don't believe that right now, but with enough talk about this, with enough emails and voices addressing these issues, maybe they will start to care. Keep creating. We will make it through this. We will thrive again, and we will be okay. And to the people outside of the Cara community watching this, I really hope it's brought how serious this all is to your attention. Because it's not just art that gets scraped. It's photos of people, of life, of documents, of everything. It's text and writing and voices and faces. It must be regulated. I'll see you in the next one.